прошлом видео я показал, как я проходил скрининг в американский стартап на 275К в год. Сейчас же у нас на очереди скрининг в дубайскую фудтех компанию. Написал мне как-то раз чувачок из компании Талабат с предложением у них поработать. Проанализировав компанию и поняв, что это достаточно крупный бигтех, который работает в более чем 9 странах, я решил, а почему бы и нет? Кстати, для тех, кто в танке, на Западе используется система планирования встреч под названием Calendly. Это очень популярный сервис, в котором можно выбрать подходящее время для встречи, вбить свои данные, и встреча появится в Google календаре. И, кстати, релоцироваться я, конечно же, никуда не собираюсь. Мне просто было интересно поучаствовать в этом процессе найма и посмотреть, что меня ожидает впереди.
Hi, Constantine. I'm good. How are you?
Ну, поехали.
I'm doing well, thank you.
Constantine, are you based in Dubai?
No, I'm based in Serbia right now.
На самом деле я в Сербии не нахожусь. Это просто достаточно выгодная локация на LinkedIn, которая поможет вам иметь доступ к европейским и дубайским рекрутерам. А происходит это за счет того, что в Сербии очень близкая к Европе таймзона. GMT плюс 1 зимой, GMT плюс 2 летом. Вот такой вот лайфхак вам.
Okay, because I can see is a company here, right, in Dubai. So I thought you would be here. All right. Do you have plans of coming to Dubai ever?
Yes.
Nice. All right. Fine. Just by way of introduction, I'm Sahil and I work with the tech talent team here at Talabat. And I am responsible for all the engineering hires which happen across our two tech hubs, which is Dubai and Cairo. Do you know about Talabat? Did you do your research before hopping on this call?
No, honestly, no. I
Okay.
just hear about it a little bit, but not about the company, about the process or the products.
Немного исправился в конце, но, как я говорил ранее, хорошо бы заранее изучить компанию перед тем, как собеседоваться.
All right. So we are a food delivery and a quick commerce app. We get about 2 million orders on a daily basis. We are part of Delivery Hero, if you know, it's quite famous in Germany. And then they have other food delivery apps all over the world. Like there's Glovo in Spain. Then there is Food Panda, Pandora, right? So our backend teams are using Golang mainly, legacies on .NET, deploying it onto AWS. Architecture style is microservices.
Ну, короче, база.
That's a bit. Just want to know a bit more about you and your current role.
Currently, I'm a senior Golang developer at where I focus on building high-load backend systems in fintech space. And my main impact has been around driving business metrics through backend deployments. For example, I built a pricing engine that improved quote competitiveness and increased checkout conversion. And I also developed a real-time risk revelation service. This feature helped reduce fraud and AML-related losses by over 60%.
Тут важно отметить, что в рассказе о себе я подстроился под фудтех-компанию и не углублялся в дебри блокчейна, потому что на самом деле у меня все задачи и компания чисто блокчейн и чисто финтех-спейс. Я это сделал специально, чтобы у нас не было яркого такого анматча по доменкам.
And as a developer, as a senior developer, I also very focused on code quality, best engineering practices, things like factoring, TDD, collaboration, and really value these things. So yeah.
Ну а тут я специально подчеркнул код quality и TDD, потому что это просто было указано в вакансии. Тем самым мы можем подчеркнуть наш приоритет как кандидата.
Amazing. I was going to come on to that. So if you could just tell me a bit, right, the TDD, are you using this approach on a regular basis?
I use TDD quite regularly, especially for core business logic and critical flows. From a business perspective, it helps me reduce production issues and speed up delivery because we catch edge cases early and avoid regressions, which is really important in high risk domain like payments and fraud. And technically, I usually follow the if you know red-green factor cycle, writing tests first for the expected behavior and then implementing and cleaning up.
And what type of tests are you doing now?
Mostly a mix of unit tests, I think, integration tests and some contract tests. For DDD specifically, I focus a lot on unit tests around core business logic.
Nice. Let's say when you're coding, how do you ensure that your code is of high quality?
What about high quality? For me, it's a combination of engineering practices, automation, collaboration, of course. First, I rely a lot on TDD and solid test coverage, especially for business critical parts, so I can catch issues early and refactor safety. And then I focus on clean design and readability, small functions, clear naming, and keeping things simple, because maintainability is a big part of quality, I think.
Can you tell me about a feature that you've owned currently and How did you go on about designing it?
Тоже достаточно частый вопрос о твоей самой крупной недавней задаче и как ты подходил к ее реализации.
One example is a risk decision service I worked on, which was responsible for evaluating transactions in real time and deciding whether to approve, reject, or flag them for review. From a design perspective, I started by clarizing maybe the core domain logic and decision rules, because that's the most critical and change-prone part. I modeled it in a way that kept the logic isolated and testable, so we could evolve rules without breaking the system. Then I designed it as a stateless microservice, so it could scale horizontally under load, and integrated it with Kafka for event-driven communication and Postgres for persistence where needed.
Let's say if you have a new feature that you have to design from scratch, any feature, without going into what the feature is, if you could just tell me your overall design approach.
Oh, that's a good question. I usually start by understanding the problem and requirements, both from a business and technical perspective, so I'm clear on constraints like scalability, latency, failure scenarios, and then I define a high-level architecture, deciding things like whether it should be a separate service or a part of an existing one, how it fits into the system, and how components communicate with each other. And after that, I focus on the data flow and core domain logic, making sure responsibility are clearly separated and the design stays simple and, I would say, maintainable. Finally, I think about non-functional aspects like scalability, readability, observability, and rollout strategy, and I iterate on the design through discussions, maybe with our colleagues and architectures.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Konstantin. What's your notice period?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks. All right. You're working remotely now, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you okay to relocate to Dubai? Have you done your research on cost of living, standard of living, anything like that?
Yes.
Ну и сейчас самое интересное, какова же зарплата? Ведь все мы знаем, что дубайские компании и стартапы обычно достаточно обеспечены сами по себе.
Let me tell you a bit about the salary, maybe then you can judge, how that will go. Yeah, it's about 8,000 to 9,500 US dollars a month.
Ну, как говорится, не очень плохой вариант. Ну и я думаю, что после зарплатных переговоров можно поднять зарплату даже до 10 тысяч долларов в месяц.
Sounds cool. This aligns with
Yeah.
my expectations.
Aligns with expectations. Are you getting more than this or less than this right now?
Less than this.
Fine. Are you single, married?
Single.
Oh, that's why it makes it easier to relocate. Okay, fine. All right. What passport are you holding?
Russian Federation.
Russian.
Original
Okay.
passport.
Nice. Amazing. We have a lot of Russian guys in the company.
Ну, кто бы сомневался. Наши слоняры тут как тут. Респект, ребят.
Maybe one of them will interview you. Right? But what's your motivation, Konstantin? Why do you want to leave?
That's a great question too. For me, it is mainly about growth and new challenges. And I feel I've reached a point where I want to work on large-scale systems with higher impact. I think Telbat is interesting because of the scale, complexity, real-time nature of the platform, and I'm also looking for an environment with strong engineering culture, especially around practices that I like TDD, collaboration, continuous improvement, where I can both contribute not just technically but also strategically.
Are you interviewing anywhere else as well, or this is the only one?
If we talk about some processes, I don't have any finals or deadlines. I just passing with those screening sessions.
Let's move ahead with the interview process then, if you would like, right? So your first round is going to be on test-driven development, TDD, and refactoring, right? So your refactoring would be a pretty much straightforward process. They'll have 4 to 5 problems. You have to select one, and then in that problem, there'll be a messy code. You have to refactor it and you have to test it. Your test-driven development is going to be a coding challenge, right? So your coding challenge is basically a coding kata. Make sure you have an IDE set up before the call. Super important. And it'll be live coding, so it'll be on a Google Meet. So you'll have to share your entire screen. Please use IDE shortcuts. It's highly encouraged. And I mean, no use of AI. AI is not permitted. Please disable your Copilot.
No problem.
We are using a lot of AI stuff in the company, but it's once you're in the job, of course, but interview is to showcase your skills, not AI skills. Yeah.
Я очень рад, на самом деле, что компании начинают внедрять AI в свои процессы разработки, потому что я уже встречал несколько таких компаний, кстати, в частности, и в Дубае тоже. Они покупают сотрудникам корпоративные подписки на курсор, Клод, и это заметно, в разы ускоряет процесс разработки.
So I would love it that, if you could think out loud during the interview and talk as much as possible. Since this is a senior software engineer role, you have to be the one who has to be leading the interview session, right? Interviewer is there. Yes, he might give you hints here and there, but it is for you to lead the interview session and solve everything. Also, since you'll be relocating, let me tell you, we also offer relocation support, right? So we'll sponsor your flight tickets from wherever you're living now in Serbia, right? And we'll also offer hotel for 1 month. And then in that 1 month, it can be very easy for you to find an apartment for yourself. So that support is there. We also offer annual bonus up to 2 basic salaries. You'll also be getting stock options, which is about 7 to 10,000 euros on an annual basis. We'll offer medical insurance for yourself. And we have a lot of other partner discounts. We have gym allowance, 50% of your gym bill we will foot. Yeah. And we also offer annual flight tickets back home. Perfect, Constantine. I'll send you the invite today. It will come from my associate, Yvonne. Yeah. She'll send it to you. Perfect. Leave this with me. You'll get the invite by today. I wish you all the best and please prepare. Yeah.
Have a nice day.
You do. Pleasure talking to you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
На самом деле, если говорить честно, это очень достойное предложение для тех, кто действительно хочет релоцироваться в Дубай. Тебе здесь и полный пакет каких-то услуг от компании, оплата билетов, оплата первого месяца проживания, зал и все такое. Ну, а меня же ждет техничка впереди, лайфкодинг-сессия, а затем систем-дизайн. Если кому-то нравится такой короткий формат собеседований, обзорный, поставьте лайк, напишите какой-то комментарий, и буду рад, если найду каких-то единомышленников в этом деле. Возможно, кто-то из вас интересуется западным рынком, как на него выйти, как проходить собеседование. Возможно, вам интересно, как я их прохожу, какие фишки использую, нюансы и так далее. Если это так, то напишите об этом в комментариях, и, возможно, в следующем видосе я покажу и расскажу об этом более подробно. Ну и не забывайте про мою группу в Телеграме, там же вы можете написать мне лично. И спасибо всем за просмотр. Желаю всем хорошего дня. Пока-пока.